Well, hello there, Leo. How are you? It's always so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So, today we're taking a look at the end of October. Hard to believe we're almost to the end of this year. So, let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. Crow Spirit, co create with Spirit, and Desert Passage. Okay, so I feel like you're going through something here where you feel like you don't have a lot of opportunities that are open to you. And it says on here, trust there's a divine plan. Okay, so I feel as though there's something here where both of these are very spiritual, allowing yourself to recognize that there is a divine plan that will lead you to what it is that your heart is truly desiring, okay? But it's kind of like you're not seeing the way forward because you're analyzing it or thinking it has to happen a certain way. This is the energy of recognizing. Get back into your intuition, right? Try meditating, try, free journaling. Allow yourself to ask, right? Allow yourself to ask your higher self, your spirit guides. What am I missing here, right? It's kind of like allowing yourself to recognize you're missing, okay? It's kind of like you're missing the key that will unlock the door that takes you into wherever it is that you're wanting to go. Yeah, it's kind of like I feel like you're kind of scattered. You're thinking it has to be one of these three doors. Well, I hate to tell you, Leo, but I think it's door number 4. You're only allowing yourself to look at certain options. It's a little bit like you're in your own way. Because let's see why. Is it because you feel as though these cards are kind of crazy? Because you have friends and colleagues. See, you are trying to manifest, using your intuition and manifestation to acquire something, okay, big, a milestone, right? But you're stuck. And you're stuck there's almost, you need to take a time out. You need to see this. There's, wow, a different direction is your destiny. So we have the home, and that's kind of the energy. I'm not saying it's actually family, it could be, but I think there are people that are close to you. So this could be in your work environment, but it's probably either family or friends, okay? And I think that there's something that is holding you back because you're wanting, okay, to make amends, okay, either with friends or family members, or okay, you're concerned about what they may say or think because you're wanting to go in a new direction. And it leads you to your destiny. It leads you to exactly where Spirit is trying to take you. But you're kind of a little bit in your own way. You don't see, okay? You don't see the possibilities that are in front of you. It would be a little bit like, okay, say that you were wanting to buy a new house and you said it had to be within walking distance, okay? Walking distance of your family, okay? Some family member, okay? Or maybe you're looking for a new romantic connection and you said, well, I'm not dating anybody that lives more than 5 miles away from me, right? It's kind of like whatever this opportunity is, this door number 4, okay? It's right outside that. So the person of your dreams, okay, is actually 5.25 miles from your house, right? It's kind of like allowing yourself to recognize what parameters you're confining your thinking too much. What parameters are you putting around whatever situation this is? This could be a job you're looking for, a house you're looking for, a romantic partner that you're looking for. But because of something that occurred in the past, okay, you're confining the the people, the situations, the jobs that you are willing to look at. And what your dream is right outside of that. So it's kind of like there's no way you can acquire and not settle, right? Acquire what you really and truly want and not settle unless you allow yourself to kind of open up your mindset. It's kind of interesting because Taurus actually had a reading that was very similar to this, okay? That because of some past experience, you're not allowing, you're too narrow-minded or too narrow-focused. Yeah, it's time to transform it. It could be somebody that is in your family, okay? It's about allowing yourself to have patience, understanding, balance in this, right? It's kind of like you're kind of saying, I refuse. Okay, I'm not saying you're actually saying the word refuse, but you could be, right? I refuse to date anybody that lives more than 5 miles from me. I refuse. And you can meet somebody out on the street and you're just kind of like, wow, we hit it off. They're attractive. We had a great conversation. Oh, where do you live? Oh, I live 5.25 miles from you. And you're like, no, okay, that's done. It's allowing yourself to have maybe a little bit more flexibility in whatever it is, because Spirit's trying to bring you something that you're trying to manifest, but you're kind of like focusing on one small aspect, right? It's kind of like if you're thinking only about the distance that person lives from your house, because in a previous relationship, you had somebody that lived 6 miles from you, and that relationship, okay, went sideways. And maybe you thought it was because they just lived a little bit too far. If they had just lived a little bit closer, then we would have seen each other more. We would have, had more in common or whatever, right? So it's kind of like, okay, I'm setting this new parameter. But what you're not recognizing is that that person also didn't have core values that aligned to you, right? Or that person had different goals and dreams for their life than you had for yours. Allowing yourself to recognize it really wasn't because they lived 6 miles from you instead of 5. There were other things that were going on with that person. Whether this is, once again, a job or whatever. It's about allowing yourself to be a little bit more flexible, perhaps, in this situation, and understanding that helps you, okay, to revive, to start new with someone or something else. When you allow yourself just to be a little bit flexible. So it's kind of like allowing, you have the Hierophant here. Interesting, because this is Taurus energy, right? And that was the Taurus reading. Okay, so the Hierophant, it's kind of like you have the wisdom. It's about allowing yourself to go back. It's almost like Spirit is, we're not bringing in any more options. If you're like, yeah, well, they're not even bringing me options that live 5.25 miles from me. It's because Spirit has decided we're not bringing you any more options until you become more flexible in your thinking by allowing yourself to go back to some previous situation that has brought you this mindset, this belief that you are narrowly focused on at this time, and allowing yourself to moderate it, right? To be a little bit more flexible, to say, how is that maybe holding me back from what it is that I truly want? And then also perhaps allowing yourself to say, what got me there, right? Allowing yourself to gain the wisdom out of that situation, because it's almost as though Spirit is saying, you can't hold on to this mindset, because then what you're doing is you're blinding yourself to other things. What happens if you met somebody on the street, right? And maybe you were attracted to them, okay, but you started having a conversation with them and it was like, I don't know about this person. And they said, well, I don't know. Where do you live? And they said, oh, I only live 4 miles from your house. You're like, okay. they're in the parameter, right? And it's kind of like, okay, I'll date you. But you're recognizing they have nothing in common with you, but they do meet that one criteria. I think there's something to look at here because you have the ability to quickly have what it is that your heart truly desires when you allow yourself to see how you're actually holding yourself back, okay, by being too narrow-minded or setting too much of a restriction on the outcome that you're looking for, okay? All right, Leo, let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Yeah. What am I looking for outside myself that is already within me, right? Are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, love, or something else? When we search outside ourselves, we can become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never feel quite good enough. It's time to go inward, right? It's time to go inward. Yeah, to find everything you seek. All the answers you need lie within you. Yeah, I think you're kind of seeking the answer for, what's holding me back here. You could be watching a lot of tarot readings, right? I fall into that trap too, right? It's like, I can't figure this out, And then you binge watch tarot trying to figure it out. It's kind of like Spirit's like, no, you already know the answer. The answer here is that it's about looking to the past and asking yourself, oh, why do I have this mindset? And is this mindset still working for me or not? Is it time to allow myself to tweak it, right? To allow myself to be a little bit more flexible in one way or another. You could actually, if it's about dating, you could really have some kind of parameters based on what your family, right, kind of created for you. It's kind of like allowing yourself to say, yeah, what of this is mine and what of this is my family's or the way I was brought up. It's time to allow yourself to no longer have too narrow of a mind about something. All right, Leo, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey. I really appreciate all your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.